they can't hear. Annette, if you can't hear, just go to your audio settings and then check if the settings are correct. Otherwise, you need to log out and then log back again. I think it should be able to improve. It's my pleasure to share this evening with you. I see people from all over the place. I've seen Faith Ngaira, who is in the US at the moment. I've seen people in Nairobi. I've seen people in Tanzania. I see Morilata Latifa in Nigeria joining us today. We really appreciate your company. Oh, and I see a friend of mine I met on social media, Nika Beladongo. You are welcome to this presentation. So Jared Aseko says he can't hear. Jared, please check your settings, the audio settings, or check the connections between your device and the screen. So without further much ado, as Paula said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I am trained as a civil engineer. My wife and I have been in this business for the last 25 years. If you give me a moment, I'd like to share the screen with you. And there is a very simple reason why Betty and I started this business. We started this business to make an extra income. We moved to South Africa in 1995. And the reason why we moved to South Africa is simple. You know, in any country, when the economy is going down, the first place that is affected are engineers, because governments stop putting funding for infrastructure. And if you're an engineer, then you need to look for other alternatives. So we came here, I got a job. I also registered to do a postgraduate course in civil engineering. But when I finished, there was not a single increase in my income, and that really frustrated me. I began to think that having done a 3-year course in Nairobi, civil engineering, came to Johannesburg, did a postgraduate course for another 2 years. After spending another $4,000, there was not an increase in my income. That is very, very poor investment. So secondly, Betty, my wife, could not get a job. That's Betty and myself. She couldn't get a job because when we moved to South Africa, this country had dual medium. Schools were in either English or Afrikaans. And in Pretoria, quite a number of schools were in Afrikaans. But since my wife didn't understand Afrikaans, she couldn't get a job. I remember so clearly, about 2 weeks before we came across the business, she said, I have looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me at home. 2 weeks after she made that statement, a friend of hers called her and said, Betty, I know you don't have a job and I know you have a sick child. I've got something which I think you can look at and do as a business. So she went for a meeting. She came back. She couldn't explain clearly how the business works. But I told her, look, I don't know if this business will succeed, but let's try. Because we don't know if you would have succeeded if you don't try. So we started the business. I remember when I saw the concept, I got completely taken by it. I understood the power of multiplication. We worked very hard. I remember my first income from this business was about $3. That's about 32 Rand, and in Kenya shillings is about 300 shillings. And that was exciting for me because I went and actually read the compensation plan, and that was the amount that we had worked and achieved for that month. After 7 months, our income reached $1,000. I don't know, Jared Asek, can you hear now? Okay, I see you can't. I'm not sure whether it's hearing or not. So after 7 months, our income reached $1,000, and I decided I'm going to make this business my career. So Betty and I worked extremely hard. After 3 years, what we were earning from the business was 3 times my salary, and I fired my boss. I can't begin to describe you the sense of freedom that you have when you know that you don't have to fill a leave form when you want to travel anywhere, when you know that when your children come to you for school fees, there's money to take them to the best schools, when you know that you don't have to ask anybody to go anywhere, when you know that you wake up when you finish sleeping, that's a great sense of freedom. So those of you who are our guests, or if you're a distributor, we wish for you the kind of freedom that Betty and I have enjoyed. Now, let's get to business. What is this business that we're talking about? But before I go into business, I want to describe to you the 4 ways I know that people use to generate money. The first is called a job. Now, a job is when somebody employs your services and in return they pay you a salary. But because of technology and what is going on around the world, it's become very insecure to have a job. I have met so many people on social media, the people I know, who have had training and cannot get a job. The other reason why it's becoming very difficult to have jobs is that because of technology, companies are able to do 2 or 3 times more, but using less people because of technology. What does that tell you? It tells you that the more advanced things get, the more difficult it is to get jobs. The other thing about jobs is there's a lot of politics at the workplace where people backstab each other, people do each other in to get ahead in the job market. The second way that people use to generate income is called self-employment. Self-employment is when you get some money, start a business to provide a service to the public. But unfortunately for this is that if you're self-employed, it means that if you're not there to provide that service, there's no money coming in. Supposing you fall sick or your family member needs your attention or you want to go for leave, if you do that, there's no income for that specific day. The third way that people use to generate income is called a big business. These are companies like Naivas in Kenya, Shoprite Checkers in South Africa, MTN, Safaricom. These are companies that invest huge capital, but also with huge capital, it's lots of employees. And when you have a lot of employees, you have a lot of labor issues. So this mode of generating income is not available to the ordinary man in the street like you and I. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investment. Investment simply means that you have extra cash over and above what you need for your daily needs, but you need 2 other things to get money from your investment. You need knowledge and skill in investment so that you can get a return on your capital. There are other ways that people use to generate money. These are professionals, athletes, musicians, writers, authors. These are people with extraordinary talent that most people don't have this capacity to generate income. But the question is this: is there a system? Is there a criteria that you can say this is an ideal wealth building business? I think there is. The following criteria will give an idea of a business that is ideal for building wealth. The first, you need very low capital to start this kind of business. In our company, you need between $60 and $100 to start a global business because the company has already built infrastructure in 50 different countries around the world. So you need very low capital to start. The second is you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why is that? Because the public needs goods and services. If you look at the largest companies in the world, the wealthiest people, they're always involved in distribution because they can distribute their products and services to the global market. That leads me to a third element. You need to have a global reach. Global reach simply means you're able to reach people in so many different countries. Our company does business in 50 different countries. In Africa, we do business in 14 countries with a population base of 450 million people. Africa's population at the moment, I think, is about 1.1 billion people. So I think Africa is the future of the world business. The fourth element is you need leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is when you learn how to multiply your time, your efforts, and your skills to be able to reach a higher percentage of the marketplace. An example of a company that uses leverage are the banks. If you look at the banks, every successful or large bank always open branches. Why do you think they open branches? They open branches because they want to leverage their services. They cannot become successful if they open only one branch. They open several branches so that they can reach more customers. Another example of leverage are a chain of stores or a chain of fast food restaurants. Those are called, the branches are called leverage, or building a network of stores or a network of branches or a network of eating places. The fifth element is you need a consumable product. Why is that necessary? A consumable product has a repeat sale. You see, if you buy a pair of shoes, the next time you're going to buy a pair of shoes is either 8 months or a year or 2 years or 3 years time. Why? Because a shoe is not consumable. Soap is consumable. It's not very romantic, but soap is consumable. Every single one of us attending this presentation uses soap every day. So soap makes good business. So you need consumable, high quality products that has a repeat sale. The other element is you need a business system. What is that? A business system is when you find ways to build your business so that you, as the owner of the business, does not have to be present where the business takes place. If you look at the banks have, look at Absa Bank. Absa Bank is now in most of African countries. If you go to one branch in any country, you will find that they do the business in a similar way. And they devise procedures, tools, equipment, and way of running a business that is very standardized so that the owner of the business doesn't have to tell me. If you go to any branch of the bank, you will most likely will not find the shareholders of the banks there. What you find are employees who have been trained to use those systems. And the last element is timing. Timing is very critical in this business because if you start a business at the wrong time, your business is not likely to gain traction. Now, what is our business? What is this business that we do? It's called network marketing or network distribution. What is network marketing? Network marketing is a system of distribution of goods and services, where we cut out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer. For example, I think in the year 2009 or 2010, I went to Zambia, Lusaka, to do this kind of presentation. And one of the ladies in the audience she was working with a beverage making company. Now, 330 mils of that beverage, if you cost the beverage at the factory, it was 600 kwacha. If you go to the supermarket, the same beverage is 3,600 kwacha. Why is that the case? Because between the manufacturer and the consumer, there are several middlemen who keep adding to the cost of the product, and who pays for it? It's the consumer. So what we do in our business, we cut out all the middlemen between the manufacturer and the consumer, and the money the company would have spent to pay all these middlemen, to pay advertisers, retailers, wholesalers, people who keep adding to the cost of the product, this money is what is paid to distributors like myself or my colleagues who are watching this presentation. This is what makes this business extremely lucrative and profitable, because the company saves all this money and it is paid to people who actually do the work of advertising by word of mouth. By the way, the method we use to distribute our products is as old as mankind. Advertising by word of mouth has been there since the dawn of civilization. And what is it? For example, if I watch a good movie, what is the natural thing for me to do? I go and talk about it to my friends. Then my friends go and watch the movie. You see, the cinema company doesn't know I've done the advertising for them. But we use the same system to advertise the products by word of mouth. And when a customer buys a product, the company compensates us for doing that work for them. So we don't have wholesalers or retailers. The products are explained to customers directly. The products are researched and developed on your behalf. What does that mean? It means that although you're in business for yourself, you are not in the business by yourself, because you have support. The company has built, Neolife has built infrastructure in 50 different countries to support your business. Are there qualifications in this business? There are no written qualifications except three things. One, you need to have a desire for success. Number two, you need to be teachable. Number three, you need to work hard. If you've got these three things going for you, you're going to be extremely successful in our business. Okay? When did this company start? Neolife started in 1958, started by Jerry Brasfield. Jerry Brasfield had a very serious asthma when he was a young person. And his mother gave him natural remedies to improve his health. And when he got better, he decided, I might as well share this idea with the rest of the world. That was in 1958 in a small town in California called Porterville. Little did Jerry know that this business will become a global business. And why has Neolife lasted all this long? Because we believe in 5 basic principles. The first is absolute integrity and honesty. We believe that we need to tell our customers the truth about our products and about what the business can do. We need to speak to our customers, our friends, our colleagues, staff. Integrity is a very important. I think integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. And we believe that to be a very core principle in our business. The second one is people are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people. The third element is products that work. Neolife spends considerable amount of money to do research. They put together a group of scientists, top-notch scientists around the globe, called the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to develop top quality products. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. In this business, we don't care whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're 18 or 81, whether you have a job or not, whether you are a housewife, a plumber, a doctor, a CEO. We don't care. Everybody starts the business from the same level. And the growth and success of your business just depends on how hard you work. The fifth element is long-range vision. You need to have a long-range vision when you start this business, because if you do that, you're likely to be patient to build your business until it becomes successful. Betty and I have been in this business for 25 years. God willing, we'll be in this business for another 25 years. And this is a business you can pass down to your children and your children's children. Just build it properly, build it strong, you can hand it down to your children. You see, if you're employed at a job, your son or your daughter is not likely going to take your position. It will be given to somebody else, but not in this business, okay? So, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. Some people start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to build good houses. Some start the business because they love fancy cars. Some start the business because they want to buy holiday homes. Some start the business because they want to make a lot of money. Let me mention something about money, which I think is really misunderstood. I think there are 3 uses of money. The first, money is a means of exchange of goods and services. Number 2, money is a store of wealth. And number 3, money is a measure of wealth. Money is not wealth. It only measures wealth, and it is a store of wealth. Okay? So, we don't apologize for wanting to make a lot of money, because I think money doesn't change anybody. Money only reveals who you are. So the more money you have, if you're a good person, you're going to do more good with money. If you're a bad person, you're going to do worse things when you have a lot of money in your hands. Some people join the business because they want to be physically fit. So people join the business for different reasons. So if you're a guest, you're going to register with a company as a distributor, a company with more than 60 years experience operating in over 50 countries. They've got a scientific board whose job is just to research and develop top-class products. And we have 4 ranges of products. Which are these products? The first one is a golden home care range. Why do we make this product? Because these are consumable products. There is a constant need of these products every single day. Whoever you are, either this evening or tomorrow morning, you're going to use soap. At the end of the month, you're going to buy some more soap. So soap is a very good business. The second range of products is the personal care products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, and all that. The third is the nutrients organics. There's the skincare products. And the fourth one is the nutrition or food supplements. This is the highest selling range of our business. Why is that? Because people have realized that if your health is finished, your mission in life is finished. I think we say in our business, your greatest wealth is your health. So people take time. You see, because of COVID, people have come to realize that it's very important to have a strong immune system, to have good supplements so that you can actually manage or go through any of these infections without being brought down. Now, how does our business work? Our business works when you do 3 daily success habits. The 3 things you have to do every single day to grow your business. The first, you need to use the products. Why? 2 good reasons. Number 1, you're supporting your own business. Number 2, people you're talking to about the products want to know that you also believe in what you recommend. All right? And in any case, whether you're in this business or not, you're still going to buy soap. So what we suggest is this: just change your shopping habits. Instead of buying these products from the supermarkets and you don't gain anything from it, you buy products from your own business and you earn 2 things. You earn points, and when you sell products to your customers, you also earn a profit. Now, because Neolife is registered in so many different countries around the world, the company devised what we call a point value system. Each product has got points attached to it. Let me say you're able to use 100 PV or 100 point value worth of products in a month, which is about $160 worth of products. Okay? You use 100 points in a month. The second thing you do in our business every day is you share the business opportunity. What does that mean? That you introduce other people to become distributors like yourself or promoters of the products. These people also use products from the company because they're registered. They don't buy from you, they buy from the company directly, but the company has records that you're the one who has introduced them to the business. If you do that, you'll have built a 700 PV unit and your income is about $45 a month. Okay? What is the next thing you do? Now you begin to teach people that you brought into the business to do what you do. That is, they also introduce other people to be promoters or distributors. Those people also introduce others. So if the person in the top right corner introduces 2 people and those 2 introduce 2, you'll have built a 700 PV unit. If you do that plus the other 6, you do 1,300 PV, you become a senior manager and your income is $90 a month. All right. The next thing is now you teach everybody to do what you have done. Now 700 PV is just for demonstration purposes. It could be more, it could be less. If you do 700 PV times 6 gives you 4,200 plus 100 gives you 4,300. You become a director and your income is about $580 to $700 a month. What is the next thing you do? Some people will not be interested to be distributors in the business, or they don't want to be business builders. They want to use products. If they do that, they become your customers. Because they're not registered, they cannot buy from the company. They buy from you and you make a profit of 20%. The third thing we do in our business is personal development. What does that mean? Personal development means that you help the people, you take time to learn about how the business is built by through the support system that your sponsor is going to show you. Your sponsor is the person who introduced you to the business, and you'll have training, support, and personal development material, books, CDs, seminars, conferences. So you will have every opportunity to learn how to become a business builder, to become a leader and understand what the products do, and to build a successful business. But you see, there's some people who are more ambitious. If you're more ambitious, then help other people to become successful like you, to become directors. If you help one person become a director in your business reaches about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people to reach directors, your income goes to about $2,000. If you help 6 people become directors, your income can go beyond $5,000 a month. And that will be a very exciting thing. So I want to hand back to Paul to invite our guests to share with us their experience on what Neolife has done for them. Paul?
Thank you so much, Pascal, for explaining to us the opportunity of Neolife in a very simple, clear way. which I believe the guests on the call today have been able to understand why we call them here. And also the distributors have been able to be in a place to get some training on how they can be able to present the opportunity to other people there. So right now, I want to bring in our guest speaker for tonight. She's a lady who is building a very big business in Uganda, Kampala. This year, she did she became a software director, and within no time, she kept on doing what Pascal has showed us today here. And last month, she was a brand new One Ruby director, and she's excited. She's on this call today, and she's going to share with us her story so that we can be able to relate. So I want to go there to Kampala. I hope it's not raining in Kampala. Kampala, it's a land of plenty, and bring our guest speaker today, our One Ruby director, Prudence Nduhura, to be able to speak to us. Prudence, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you. Karibu sana.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Paul. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, wherever you are. I greet you, all of you. My name is Prudence Nduhura. I'm married with 2 beautiful daughters, and I trained in computer science, and I trained in computer science at Makerere University. Where did Neolife find me? It found me struggling as a secretary, earning about $100 every month. I was living in one-room house and could hardly save for investment. And I also could hardly save for my dream. So I was told about this opportunity. And once I was told that you don't have to leave your job, because that time I was working on a job. And they told me you can do Neolife part-time and you don't have to leave your job. So I said, if I can do part-time, why not? So I joined Neolife and I got excited. I started training. And also one other thing they mentioned in training is that you're going to have a financial stability, because one thing I was struggling with was finances. I remember I could hardly even have all my meals. And the thing that I wanted most was to grow as a person, grow financially and also grow as a person. So doing it part-time and knowing that I'm going to get a financial stability attracted me to join Neolife. So I started doing the business passionately. I started talking to people. I honestly did not know how to talk to people, but just because of the element of financial freedom, I said I'll talk to anybody that I meet. And the first people I talked to during that time were my classmates. I remember I went to their offices because we had just finished campus and we are all working. I had some of the numbers. So I visited them in their offices, told them about the business, told them about the products. And I remember the first thing they did was buy the products, because I had used the home care products and they had worked wonders with me. So within 6 months of hard work, I was able to become what they call a director. And the check that I was given that month was $200. So my paycheck was $100, and my part-time with Neolife gave me $200. Now, when this income came after 6 months of serious work, that's when my whole thinking changed about this business. And I realized that once one could take it even more serious, they would earn more. But so many things changed about me. I started seeing so much hope. I started seeing myself saving. I started seeing myself having the things that I've always dreamt of having. So immediately I started saving for land. That was the first thing I saved for. I got some investments, and I was also able to shift from one room to a self-contained house. Then one other highlight and benefit that I got during that time when I became a director was to travel out of Uganda. I remember our first trips were to Nairobi, to Tanzania and Nairobi, so I was able to travel there. So when you keep growing within the business, which I did, when you develop directors, you become what they call a world team. Now, little did I know you travel outside Uganda or outside Africa, and you go to overseas. Now, the best I could do at that time, I used to drive my parents, I used to drive my siblings to the airport, and I never had any hope of even stepping on a plane or visiting other countries. And I remember someone had made very many attempts for me to travel, but they didn't come to pass. So with Neolife, when I became a world team member, my first trip was to Victoria Falls, and that was the first time in my entire life when I stepped in a plane. And ever since, I've traveled to 4 destinations with this company. So as I speak now, I've been in Neolife for 12 years now. It's 12 years being in this business, and it has been quite a journey. So it has helped me in so many ways. First, I've been able to discover my abilities, my potential as a person, and what I can do for the community, which gives me a meaning, and which gives me a meaning in life every day that I wake up. Then secondly, with the income that I get every month as a One Ruby director now, I'm able to take care of my elderly father. And before I could not with my paycheck, but now I'm able to take care of him. Then also one other highlight that has really which has stood out for me is during the COVID-19 pandemic, the teachers were left with no jobs, especially in Uganda. Schools were closed for a very long time. So a distributor joined my business who was a teacher. He's a father of 6 children. He was not able to put even food on his table during this long time of the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown. So I worked together with him, and he became an Emerald director. So for these 2 years, because of this opportunity, he has been able to put food on the table. So to me, that really gives me a highlight, and I thank God for this business. Then another thing that also stood out for me after the pandemic, during the pandemic, my husband lost his job, and we are left with almost no income in the house. So Neolife came in very handy. So we are able at least to take the children to school to continue their homeschooling, and also able to feed the bills within the home. Then something else, when I gave birth to my second born, I became overweight, and I was 92 kilograms. I tried very many things, but I could not. I tried fasting, I tried several things, but they did not work out for me until I joined the Neolife program, weight loss program. Those are the products that Neolife has, and the products that I used was Neolife Shake and Pro Vitality. I was able to lose 22 kilograms in 7 months, and I have maintained my weight ever since. So what is my dream and vision? My dream and vision is to change one family one day at a time, because the moment I wake up and I say there's a family that needs my story, a family that needs my help, that keeps me going. So on the guests that are on call today, when you finish the presentation, I want you to turn to the person who invited you. Just know that we are a family, and we are ready to help you. We are ready to support you. We are ready to give you all the tips that we use. We are even ready to share the challenges that we have gone through while building this business. And we are ready to see you move to heights and even to be better than us. I want to wish you all the best, and just know that if I can do it, you can even do it much, much better. So thank you so much. Over to you, Paul and Pascal.
Wow, thank you so much, Prudence, for taking us through your journey with Neolife, which is quite exciting, being able to achieve so much within the time that you have been around. Personally, I saw Prudence when she was losing her weight. And what she's talking about, it's quite true. Within a very short time, 7 months, she has been able to, lose a lot of kilos, and she's now more confident and happy with the results. And she's educating other people all through in Instagram and social medias on how they can be able to be part of the program. And she's recording wonderful results. So that is our story. And maybe you're a guest on the call today. Your story is just beginning. If you choose to be part of New Life today, in the next 1 or 2 years, you'll be the person who will sit where Prudence is sitting today, explaining to us and taking us through the journey, what you have been able to achieve. As she said, it's not something that happens overnight. There is a process that you need to be part of. But the most important thing for today, it is for you to be able to say yes to the opportunity to speak to the person who invited on the call today. And that person will be able to tell you how you can be able to be part of this opportunity, and you'll be able to see your life change, achieve your dreams, and many more. So that was Prudence. Thank you so much, all the way from Uganda, sharing our story. And to be able to close our meeting today, I just want to take it back to Pascal, our leader, to be able to give us the closing thoughts so that we can be able to come to the end of the meeting, because I know there are some guests who are waiting, who cannot even wait for us to finish to say yes to these opportunities. So over to you, Pascal, to be able to close our meeting to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much, Prudence. I really appreciate your story. In fact, the part of your story that has caught my attention is the weight loss. I've got a lot of customers who are asking about weight loss products. So I really appreciate your story. For those of you who are guests, as Paul has said, just turn to the person who invited you. What we have done, because of technology, we have made the business very easy, very efficient to build it because of the connectivity. For example, if you have access to the internet, you can order the products online. If you want to register new people to build your team, you can do it online. The moment you get registered, you're going to get what we call the back office. It's a personalized website where you can refer your customers and your prospective business partners to your website. Training is done locally and internationally online. For example, there are people now who are attending this meeting from the USA, from Sweden, from Nigeria, from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa, people from different parts of the world who are attending this. So, and that has been enabled because of technology. Delivery of products, each country where the company is doing business, they contract courier companies that deliver products to our customers to the nearest delivery point. Payment is done online or by mobile transfer. If you want to pay for your products, bonuses, if the company is paying bonuses to people, you can pay that either by electronic funds transfer or by mobile transfer. So the company has made the business extremely efficient to help you to grow your business faster. Prudence talked about traveling. In 2009, Betty and I had the privilege of attending the Ruby Orientation School at the Santon Sun Hotel in Johannesburg. The company flies in top distributors from around the continent, and we spent 4 days to learn about the products, also to visit South Africa, and then have a small holiday. In 2007, we had distributors who went to Abu Dhabi. So the company really values when you build when you build a business to a certain level, the company says, thank you so much, because of you, we've grown our business to this level. Those are some of the distributors who attended the leadership school in Santon Sun Hotel, people from Nigeria, Tanzania, Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, Mozambique, people from different parts of the African continent. If you're a guest, how do you get started? Speak to the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form to fill. In South Africa, to get started as a distributor, it's between 720 and 2,810 rand. In Kenya is between 7,360 or 8,970. I think this amount will go up by about 4 to 5%. on the 22nd of November, I think next week, Monday. In Nigeria, it's 18,400 or 23,650 naira. In Tanzania, it's 140,500 or 170,700 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda, it's 203,900 or 242,500 Uganda shillings. In the USA, it's 99 US dollars. In Sweden, it's 1,025 Swedish krona. In Italy, is 64 euros. In Ghana, is 240 or 384 Ghanaian cedis. So that is what you need to get your business started. Now, remember this. Success begins with a decision. The first thing you need to do to succeed in life is to make a decision. Yes, I want to get started. Then there are other attributes that you need to have to become successful. Number one, you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What is it that you want to achieve in life? What drives you to do the things that you do? Number two, you need to find out what you need to do to become successful. That means you need to be teachable. Number three, sheer hard work, discipline, guts, and persistence. Number four is faith in yourself, faith in your sponsor or the person who invited you, and faith in the company in your life. If you have these things going for you and you're patient with yourself, you're going to be extremely successful beyond your wildest dreams. What is next step? The next step is go back to the person who invited you. They'll guide you on how to get started. They'll hold your hand. They will teach you how to build this business. Ladies and gentlemen, may God expand your lives until all your dreams become fulfilled. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Prudence. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.